This is take like 3010. Just kidding, that's an exaggeration, but I was on a roll. And then the kids next door started playing basketball like they were in One Tree Hill, so I had to take a break. Hello, if you are new here, welcome to my channel. That should be all of you, because this is the first video that I am posting. Technically, it's the second video that I'm filming, but the file was corrupted on the camera of the other one, so I'm now using my phone and a fancy ring light that my boyfriend lent me, as well as a tiny cute little microphone that my boyfriend lent me. I'm very excited to get started on this YouTube channel. I hope you are too. I love all things physical media. I love books, movies, vinyls, Blu-rays, DVDs, VHSs, all of it, you name it. It's like my favorite thing. So I figured I would start a YouTube channel and talk about things I've purchased, do some book hauls, maybe do kind of like a walk around my collection of multiple things, as well as doing like some book reviews and movie reviews and some of my favorite things of the month or the year, or, you know, what have you. So I wanted to start off the year with this amazing DVD haul that I got. I went thrifting over the holiday month with my best friend Caitlin, and I took a bit of a break from buying books and DVDs for a few years because I was trying to save money, number one. And number two, I was using Libby a lot. If you don't use Libby, get a library card, use Libby. It's life-changing if you're trying to save money and you want to read a lot of books from the library. You don't even have to go to the library. I mean, you have to go to get a library card, but after that, put in your library card in the app and you can get ebooks, any ebook that you could imagine, mostly. But if they don't have the ebook, then you can request it. Anyway, sidetrack, but Libby is amazing, so that's what I was primarily doing. So I kind of forgot how good thrift stores and consignment stores are for purchasing secondhand physical media. Books, DVDs, records, like anything. It's crazy. Like, I was blown away. I went into the red, white, and blue thrift store, and there were 4 copies of Minority Report. Four copies of Minority Report. I don't know why anyone in their right mind would want to give up their copy of Minority Report, but I digress. Anyway, I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a walkthrough of all of the things that I picked up at the multiple thrift stores that I went to with my best friend. And when I tell you that I spent probably like $40 on everything I got at the thrift store, like including clothes and books and glassware and stuff, it's a magical place, y'all. You should really go. Anyway, DVD number 1, a movie that I love that blew me away when I first saw it. It came out in 2012. It was actually filmed in New Orleans, and it took me quite a long time to watch it. I think I watched it during the pandemic in 2020, but it's an incredible movie. It's an incredible action sci-fi movie, and that is Looper. Looper is amazing. Seriously, if you haven't seen it, the performances are amazing. It's directed by Rian Johnson, who did The Last Jedi, which is the best Star Wars movie. I'll just leave that there. Emily Blunt is in it, and she's great. Bruce Willis in one of his last really excellent roles before he kind of started doing just a bunch of random action movies. It's excellent. It's really good. And if you're not even super into sci-fi, I would still recommend you check it out because it still has such a really interesting premise and really good characters and storytelling that even if you're not into sci-fi, I think you'll really still enjoy it. Number 2, one of my favorite movies. I haven't seen it in a really long time, but it really speaks to me in the kind of ennui of being a young adult. It's got Ethan Hawke in it, Winona Ryder, and Ben Stiller. I believe it's Ben Stiller's directorial debut, if I'm not mistaken. It might be. Yes, it is. Reality Bites. I love this movie. It's really good. It's very funny to watch it as a little bit more of an older adult, in the same way that you revisit The Hunger Games or Twilight or all of those things that you read where you were like, oh, Vampire Diaries. That's a better choice. You're like, Damon is the hottest one. I don't know why she wouldn't choose Damon. He's the best. He's so mysterious and dark. And then you watch it as an adult and you were like, Stefan is the most stable and he loves her. And I don't know why this is up for debate. Kind of the same way. I mean, look, everybody loves Ethan Hawke, but you watch Ben Stiller in this movie as an adult and you're like, a man with a real job? Honey, what's the issue? Anyway, Reality Bites. Excellent movie. I love it. Next up, my king, Tom Cruise, in one of his first roles, not his very first, but one of them, kind of the role that made him, like, his claim to fame, his rise to stardom, if you will, Risky Business. Love this movie. It's really fun. If you haven't watched it, it's just like a good old 80s romp, very sex positive, very interesting, and it's obviously where the famous like tighty-whitey white button-down scene came from. So if you haven't seen Risky Business, I would highly recommend you check it out. I love Tom Cruise with every fiber of my being, so I'm really excited to add this to my Tom Cruise collection. Next up, for, as you can see, $2. Now I haven't peeled all the stickers off of these yet. I will, eventually. When Harry Met Sally. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. It is so incredible. It's one of the best rom-coms, seriously, of the last, 30 years. Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan, it's so good. I don't know if you're, one of the only people on the planet that hasn't seen it yet, but you really should if you haven't. It's just, it's very funny. It's very sweet. Carrie Fisher's in it. And it really, they have great chemistry. They just do an excellent job of kind of, the question of the movie is, can women and men be friends, or can they only be romantic? And it kind of explores, platonic friendship growing into love. It's so good. It's so good. Highly recommend you watch it if you haven't seen it. Next up, another of one of the greatest rom-coms of the last, I don't know, I guess 2 or 3 decades. I guess this one's debatable, but it's a favorite in our household with my mother and my sister and I. Sweet Home Alabama. Classic. It's a classic. It's so good. Reese Witherspoon and Patrick Dempsey are just top tier. It's got little Mr. Home Depot guy now. Oh my God, what's his name? Josh Lucas. Mr. Home Depot. It's really funny. It's really good. It's got the whole high power career woman coming back to her small town thing. Hallmark really stole the formula for this. This is the blueprint. This is the blueprint right here. The blueprint. And it is incredible. Highly recommend if you somehow haven't seen it. I love it. So I wanted to own it. It's so good. Next up, for $2, High Fidelity. John Cusack. This movie, I love it. I just read the book for the first time. Also loved it. I love snobby, artsy, musician, witty, too good for everybody characters. And John Cusack is the king of playing these roles. I love him and I love this movie. I haven't seen it in a very long time and it's not streaming anywhere. And I was just thinking about how when I finished the book, I wanted to rewatch the movie. And lo and behold, it was at the thrift store when I went. So obviously I had to pick it up. So really, really excited to own this. Great soundtrack. I own the soundtrack on vinyl. It's really good. It's really good. Highly recommend watching this if you haven't seen it yet. These are a little bit of a twofer situation, but I picked up Ocean's 11 and Ocean's 12. I don't know what there is to say about them. Excellent heist movie. Steven Soderbergh, Louisiana represent. They're so fun. They're so fun. If you haven't watched these, highly recommend it. I just, George Clooney, Brad Pitt, I don't know what else to say. If you haven't seen them, definitely check them out. I wanted to own them because they're just really fun to watch. One of the things that most of the movies that I own are movies that I have seen a lot again and again, and I just want to own them and hold them and know that they will not be going away and you'll have to pry them out of my cold dead hands, because streaming makes me really nervous that one day I'll never be able to watch these movies again. So this is why I own them. I just need Ocean's 13, but now I have 11 and 12. Next up, another 2-for deal. You'll never guess. You'll never guess. New Moon and Eclipse. I already own Twilight, and I own Breaking Dawn Part 2. Got it as a Secret Santa gift. Well, White Elephant gift. Anyway, I need the whole series, obviously. These are pretty much always streaming somewhere, whether they're on Hulu or Amazon Prime. They're always pretty much somewhere, but just in case they ever aren't, now I own them. I own New Moon, I own Eclipse, and I own Twilight. So I just need to kind of keep the collection rolling, and I don't have anything else to say about these, you know. And last but certainly not least, I found, I'm still blown away by the fact that I found this. This is an Ultimate Extended Edition of Stephen Sommers' classic Van Helsing. Now, is this movie good? Not really. Is it fun? Absolutely. And I could not believe, I actually already own it on DVD right here. Actually, I already own it on DVD. But the thing about this is, number one, it's an Ultimate Collector's Edition, so there's so much stuff in here. It was $4. And on top of that, it includes the original Universal Pictures classic monster films, Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Wolfman. This is 4 movies in one for $4. I mean, what was I gonna do? Say no? No. So yes, I bought it. And I do not regret it, and I never will regret it. If you haven't seen Van Helsing, definitely check it out. It's just like a really fun vampire movie. It's definitely leaning more towards like adventure. There's not really a lot of like violence or gore. Anything that is in there is like kind of over the top and CGI, so like it's not really anything like scary. Hugh Jackman plays Van Helsing, and Kate Beckinsale plays Anna Valerius, who is like the female main character. If you haven't seen this movie, it is just full of 2004 CGI, just fun. It's fun. So I would definitely recommend you check this out. Okay, I hope all of that recorded, because I can't see because my phone is flipped around, because we're a work in progress here, people. We're a work in progress. That does it for my DVD thrift haul. I'm really excited to add all of those to my collection. I've seen all of them already, so I won't be doing any sort of like review of them, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys what I picked up and what movies that I really love. So I will be doing kind of like my favorite movies of 2023 situation video soon. So keep an eye out for that. And I'll also be doing, some more movie reviews as I go. There is a stack of DVDs and Blu-rays that I have by my Blu-ray player that I have never seen before. So I'm on a mission this month to watch all of those movies, and then I'll probably do some light review of all of them in one video. So I really hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you soon. That was so terrible.